So Lexi Hull is back. Yes, she is back with the Indiana Fever. And that is one of the more important things. Well, not even just specifically Lexi Hull's back. The more players there are that are back for the Fever, the better it's going to be.
I think I want to be known as just a really good teammate, someone that my teammates trust, that they know that I'll give everything that I have.
The competitive dynamic developing between these two could completely reshape the Fever's approach next season.
Because the more time these players spend together, the better it is for everybody. And I mean that. The more time they're together, the better it is for every single player on that Indiana Fever team.
Lexi Hull is back, and this time, she's not just back to play. She's back to fight for her career. After what seemed like an uncertain future with the Indiana Fever, Hull's return is making waves, and it's not just her presence that's turning heads, it's the intensity she's bringing to the table. In fact, her return to the court isn't just about playing basketball, it's about proving she still belongs in the WNBA. This offseason is shaping up to be a defining one, and Hull knows it. She's not waiting for camp to start. She's already making moves that will impact her future with the team. But here's the kicker. Hull's return comes with increased competition and a shift in team dynamics. Could this be the turning point in her career? Let's dive into what's really going on behind the scenes. While most players are lounging on vacation, enjoying the well-deserved rest after a grueling season, Lexi Hull is doing something that's setting her apart from the rest. She's back in the gym, already working. This isn't just a typical off-season routine. It's a statement. Just 8 days after the season ended, Hull has hit the ground running, proving that her dedication to improvement knows no bounds. It's not just about staying in shape. It's about understanding her place in the team and knowing what's at stake. Hull is fighting for her career, and every minute counts. She knows that the clock is ticking, and with the competition growing fiercer each season, she can't afford to fall behind. This urgency is more than just a reflection of her work ethic. It's a reflection of her awareness of the challenges ahead. As a player who's already faced doubts, this early return sends a powerful message, not only to the coaching staff but also to her teammates. If you're not putting in the work now, you're already behind. The Fever's roster is filled with players who have proven themselves, and Hull's ability to secure meaningful minutes on the court will depend on her commitment to standing out from the pack. It's easy to see why Hull's early return could be a game changer. She's already proven her worth with her defensive capabilities, but now she's adding to her skill set, pushing herself to become more well-rounded. In the world of professional sports, where every day counts and every game is a battle for a spot, Hull's decision to not wait for the season to start before getting serious about her training could be the very thing that helps her maintain her position with the Fever. But here's where it gets interesting. Hull's dedication is not just about improving herself. It's about reshaping the narrative around her. The urgency behind her return isn't just physical, it's mental. This is her time to prove that she belongs, and there's no time to waste. Could this early return be the catalyst Hull needs to secure her spot on the team for the long haul? Or will the challenges she faces off the court be too much to overcome? The WNBA is an incredibly competitive environment, and the reality for every player is that there's always someone else gunning for your spot. For Lexi Hull, that challenge is coming in the form of Sophie Cunningham, who was recently added to the Fever roster. Cunningham brings a new dynamic to the team, specifically her offensive firepower. She's a natural scorer, and her ability to light up the scoreboard could make Hull's role even more difficult to secure. What's interesting is that, despite Cunningham's offensive prowess, Hull's defensive abilities could give her an edge in certain situations. Hull has been known for her lockdown perimeter defense, a skill that could be highly valuable in key matchups. However, as the roster continues to take shape, Hull's defensive skills alone may not be enough to earn her minutes. Cunningham's ability to score will put pressure on Hull to become more well-rounded. If Hull can't contribute offensively and show growth in that area, her spot in the rotation could be in serious jeopardy. This makes the offseason even more crucial for Hull. She's been working on expanding her game, but the clock is ticking. If Hull can't step up her offensive game, it's possible that Cunningham could take over the minutes Hull might have expected. The key question is, can Hull keep up with Cunningham's offensive output while continuing to shine defensively? The next few months will determine whether Hull becomes a staple of the Fever's rotation or fades into the background. Hull's commitment to improving her offensive game is absolutely vital. She can no longer be just a defensive specialist. She needs to become a versatile player who can contribute on both ends of the floor. The battle for minutes is now a battle for who can provide the most complete skill set, and Hull's ability to adapt will ultimately determine her role on the team. When you think of the Indiana Fever, there's one name that stands above the rest: Caitlyn Clark. Clark is the team's superstar, and she's setting the tone for everyone else in the organization. While most of the league stars are enjoying their vacations or taking a break from the grind, Clark is in the gym, working tirelessly to improve her game. This kind of relentless work ethic has had a profound impact on the Fever's culture, creating a standard that everyone feels compelled to follow. For Lexi Hull, it's clear that if she wants to earn her place on this team, she has to match Clark's intensity. And what's remarkable is how quickly Hull has adapted to this. The chemistry between Hull and Clark is already evident, and it's only been a short time since they started working together. Their latest workout sessions have shown how well they complement each other on the court. Hull has been focusing on her catch-and-shoot game, specifically tailoring her movements to match Clark's exceptional passing ability. The way they're working together isn't just about getting in shape. It's about developing a functional two-player game that can be executed during games. This isn't just about Hull becoming a better player. It's about Hull becoming a key piece of a larger puzzle. Clark is undoubtedly the centerpiece of this team, but Hull has realized that in order to make her mark, she needs to fit perfectly into Clark's system. The way Hull is adjusting her game to complement Clark is a strategic move that could have long-term implications for the Fever's offensive strategy. If they can develop a seamless two-player game, it could open up new possibilities for the team. But here's the real kicker. This collaboration isn't just helping Hull improve, it's helping the entire team. Caitlyn Clark, despite being the star, isn't just focused on herself. She's actively working to make her teammates better, and that includes Hull. Clark isn't just practicing her own game. She's mentoring Hull, offering feedback on footwork and positioning, and helping her become more effective. This kind of leadership is invaluable and speaks volumes about Clark's basketball intelligence and selflessness. For Hull, this mentorship could be the difference between staying on the roster or falling short. As Hull continues to build her chemistry with Clark, she'll be positioning herself not only to secure her spot on the team, but also to contribute to the Fever's success in a meaningful way. The reality is clear. Hull's future with the Fever could depend on how well she can complement Clark and fit into her system. If Hull can continue to develop this connection with Clark, it could be the key to unlocking her full potential and securing her role on this team. The Fever's offseason this year is more than just about physical conditioning. It's about a complete cultural shift that is reshaping the foundation of the team. It's evident that something special is happening behind the scenes. The individual workouts may seem like routine training at first glance, but when you dive deeper, you realize this is a team effort at its core. Every player, from veterans like Brianna Turner to new faces like Sydney Carlson, and of course, Lexi Hull, is coming together with one common goal: to build a cohesive, championship-contending team. This isn't just a few players working out on their own time. It's a concerted, collective effort where everyone is taking ownership of their growth and development. In the past, the Fever's off-season workouts were somewhat casual. Players would wait for the official start of team practices or camp before getting serious about their conditioning. But this season marks a turning point. The commitment to individual improvement has elevated to an unprecedented level. The voluntary workouts are no longer a mere formality. They've become a vital component in building the team's chemistry. Every session is an opportunity to connect, bond, and develop as a unit before the official grind of training camp even begins. And this is key because the Fever understand that in a league as competitive as the WNBA, building early chemistry is non-negotiable. What makes this approach so significant is the collective buy-in from the entire roster. It's clear that the Fever are ahead of the curve. While other teams might be relying on training camp to establish rapport and chemistry, the Fever are already deep into it, weeks ahead. They're setting a new standard for off-season preparation, one that will undoubtedly pay off when the season begins. It's not just about getting in shape. This is about building a team that functions seamlessly, both on and off the court. The groundwork being laid now will be the foundation of their success in the highly competitive Eastern Conference. The Fever aren't waiting for their rivals to catch up. They're ensuring they're already ahead of the game. And this shift in mindset could propel them to new heights, not just as individuals, but as a championship-caliber team. For Lexi Hull, these off-season workouts represent much more than just skill enhancement. They are a fight for relevance in the WNBA. Hull's journey has not been without its struggles, especially when considering her performance during the unrivaled competition where her shooting faltered under pressure. But the past is behind her now, and she's fully aware that redemption is in her own hands. The path is clear. To prove she belongs in the league, Hull must put in the hard work, address her weaknesses, and make a lasting impression on both her coaches and teammates. With each passing day, the stakes become higher, and the urgency for Hull's success grows exponentially. Hull knows that her spot on the roster is not guaranteed. Nothing in professional sports is. The addition of Sophie Cunningham to the roster only intensifies the competition for minutes on the court. With Cunningham's offensive capabilities, Hull is faced with a crucial challenge. She must prove that her skills, particularly in defense and shooting, are not only sufficient, but indispensable to the team. The reality of roster cuts looms large, and Hull's ability to consistently improve and expand her skill set will determine if she keeps her place or finds herself sidelined. The intensity of these off-season workouts is palpable. Every drill Hull participates in is a test of her commitment, her growth, and her resolve. Whether it's refining her shooting form, improving her footwork, or enhancing her perimeter defense, Hull is displaying a remarkable level of self-awareness and dedication. She's not afraid to confront her weaknesses head-on, something not every professional athlete is willing to do. While others might have taken the easier path and avoided working on their flaws, Hull is diving into the areas where she needs the most improvement. The real test for Hull, however, will come when the season begins. These off-season practices, while critical, are only part of the puzzle. When the games start, Hull will have to translate her off-season work into on-court success. Will the hours she's put into improving her game pay off when the pressure is on, or will it be too little? Too late? That's the question Hull will need to answer, not just for herself, but for her future with the Fever and her career in the WNBA. While much of the attention is focused on the players, Coach Stephanie White's role in the Fever's off-season transformation cannot be understated. White's coaching philosophy has always centered on team cohesion and player development, and she is fully aware of the potential the current roster holds. But what's truly remarkable is her ability to adapt and evolve based on what she's seeing unfold in these early workouts. White has been visibly impressed by the chemistry developing between Hull and Caitlyn Clark. Sources close to the team have reported that White was caught off guard by the level of nonverbal communication between the two players during their workouts. The fluidity with which Hull and Clark are connecting on the court has already forced White to reconsider her entire approach to the team's offensive strategy for the upcoming season. This is a coach who isn't waiting for the official start of the season to make adjustments. White is watching the players develop in real time and taking note of the chemistry between Hull and Clark. The seamless understanding between these two on court is influencing how White envisions their roles moving forward. What's even more impressive is how White is utilizing this feedback to make real-time changes to her playbook, adjusting offensive sets to maximize the potential of Hull and Clark's partnership. This adaptability and willingness to evolve based on early returns speaks volumes about White's ability to build a successful team. White's approach is one of flexibility, and this is crucial in the ever-changing landscape of professional sports. Rather than waiting until training camp to see how the team's dynamics shape up, White is making strategic adjustments now, before the season officially begins. This proactive mindset is exactly what the Fever need to elevate their level of play and ensure they're ready for the challenges ahead. By embracing player-driven development and fostering an environment of trust and open communication, White is not only preparing her players for the upcoming season, she's laying the groundwork for sustained success in the long term. Moreover, White's focus isn't just on her star players like Clark. She's working with every player to ensure the team functions as a cohesive unit. White is empowering her players to take ownership of their development and fostering a culture where everyone is committed to team success. As Hull, Clark, and the rest of the Fever roster continue to grow and build chemistry, White's ability to adapt and adjust will be a key factor in ensuring the team's ultimate success. The Indiana Fever's offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and intense periods in recent memory. With players like Lexi Hull stepping up and new additions like Sophie Cunningham raising the stakes, the team is heading into next season with a renewed sense of purpose. Hull's commitment to improving, the influence of Caitlyn Clark, and the shift in team culture are all pointing toward a breakout year for the Fever. But the question remains, will all this hard work pay off? Will Hull's efforts help her secure her place on the roster, or will she fade into the background? We'll just have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, these off-season workouts are setting the stage for something special. So, what do you think? How will Hull's chemistry with Clark impact the Fever next season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insider access into the Fever's journey.